Hey guys, so I'm actually now back at my hostel. Obviously I didn't want to show a lot of everything because unfortunately there was obviously some stuff there that was very overwhelming and it was very emotional to see myself. So I was very emotionally drained by the end of the tour. So yeah, obviously I didn't want to show the way that people had actually been murdered, and I certainly didn't want to show the death and everything like that, because for me that was just a very full-on experience. And obviously to learn about how people died, it was just awful to learn, awful to process, and I don't think it should be right to document any of that. But in saying that, we do need to learn about this so then obviously history doesn't repeat itself. I'm obviously very passionate about teaching people about this because I think it needs to be said. And it obviously, in today's society where social media is becoming a very full-on thing, and obviously a lot of people are not taking responsibility for their own actions, it's just a very full-on kind of experience to learn, but obviously a thing that I need to obviously want to share with you guys, so then you can maybe pass it on to the next person or whoever it might be. However, unfortunately, the experience of the tour was a bit of a hit and miss kind of thing. I'll go on to the positive side first. It was very good, as in it was very well informed. It was very much great to learn about this because I think it needs to be said, as well as obviously we need to teach others about this. But also in saying that, to understand better what actually happened there is just one thing that I was very happy about that. However, on the negative side of things, the tour guide himself, he just portrayed himself, especially once it was understood that I actually study this and obviously am getting a postgraduate degree in this, that the portrayal that he actually came across was that he treated me like I was stupid, and obviously I just felt very put off by that. Just at one stage it just felt like that I was sort of lower class, as in he was smarter than me, and I certainly do not like when people do that to me, because obviously I learned so much about this part of history, and obviously I believe that throwing off information or facts is a healthy way to actually learn more about what actually happened, and I think it's fair to do that. And obviously he didn't really appreciate that, and he just become quite negative in that kind of way. The other thing is that when I was filming certain things, he just become quite abrupt. He obviously didn't want himself to be filmed, and that's completely fine. I was completely happy to remove the content, but just the way he actually spoke to me was very abrupt, and it was just quite rude. And I just felt very uncomfortable after that, because obviously I'm trying to document this for you guys, but in saying that, it just felt like he had something to hide. So it just felt very uncomfortable after that. Secondly, also, when we were leaving, I actually had a wound on my leg that started to bleed, and I had mentioned it to him so I could go straight back to the train station, but it was basically like, oh well, you can't keep up, too bad. And to me, that was probably the kicker when it comes to obviously making sure that I will be giving the tour company Sandeman's a formal complaint about this, because it's a duty of care on his responsibility to make sure that his paying customers are actually well and healthy. And I just felt very uncomfortable, and obviously for me, in the end, I ended up losing the group because I could not keep up, and I had to get another train. However, my saving grace was there was actually two Palestinian guys who were actually in the township called Oranienburg, who found me struggling and just said, come in, we'll come have something to eat, come have a cigarette, come have something to drink, we'll look after you. And I was so grateful for them. Their falafel was absolutely amazing. And I just felt so appreciated after that. And I actually was nearly in tears by the end because I was just in so much pain. So yeah, I was very grateful for those two guys to actually sort of come to the rescue kind of a little. And we had a bit of a chat about things, and obviously it was just so grateful to actually have that kind of thing happen to me. So yeah. So obviously I'm very disappointed in the sense that I wasn't looked after by Sandeman's in that sense, because in the end I had to make my own way back to my hostel. I wasn't obviously formally dropped off where I was supposed to be, and you know, I'm a paying customer. It was just very, very poor form from the tour guide himself as well as the company as well. So in saying that, I will let you guys know that Sandeman's as a company, I've had really positive experiences about this. Obviously I've done the Dublin tour and obviously done the Berlin walking tour, and I've really had some great positive experiences through them. However, this was probably one where I have to say, unfortunately, that it was a very bad experience. So obviously good does come with bad, and I don't really appreciate the way I was actually treated, and definitely don't appreciate how I was basically just left behind. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to cut this vlog short here, but my final thoughts are really, it's about responsibility basically. And as I mentioned before about social media and everything like that in today's society, we're talking about also about what happened obviously back in those times during the Nazi era, where a lot of people did not take responsibility for what actually happened. And I think what we do need to understand is responsibility is a huge thing in our lives, and we do need to actually look after ourselves. But in saying that, we do need to be responsible for our own actions, whether they're good or bad, because they're always going to come back with a comeback of some sort. And I do believe highly in karma. So, you know, I think in the end, it was a great experience to learn this, and obviously I'm learning more about this. But in saying that, I can now teach this to other people who then can pass it on to other people as well. And that's what I'm really passionate about, especially in this area where we do need to teach this to other people, because only a month ago or so, in a place called Kollwitz, which is actually not very far from here, there was a neo-Nazi rally. And that's kind of out of being misinformed, not educated properly, and also just being spread lies basically. And I believe highly that everybody has a right to education, has a right to learn about this. And I think it does need to be said, so then we never have this happen again. Alright guys, have a great day wherever you are. If you really enjoyed this vlog, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up and a comment. And also, I will get back into some more positive things in the next couple of vlogs obviously, but I do think that everybody had a right to know about today. Alright guys, bye!